setting the stage early means that you can have a conversation with them when situations are hypothetical and not as emotionally loaded. It's also lifelong information, and it's information that accumulates over time. In middle school, their peers are definitely talking about sexuality. They're exposed to so many messages about sexuality in the media, and it's up to you to sort of have your voice chime in with those other messages that they're getting.
Some of the basic points that we like all parents to know and talk to their children about are going to be things like basic anatomy. Does your child know all of the correct terminology for their body parts? If they were to go to the doctor, would they be able to describe what they were feeling, what was wrong, and the body part that it was happening to in a way that the doctor would understand using medically accurate terminology? A second thing that we really want parents to be able to talk to their children about is going to be healthy and unhealthy relationships. That's going to include things like consent, if someone has permission to do something, and that's going to also talk about things like trust and support and honesty. What is an unhealthy relationship? What does it look like? Many teens are dealing with teen dating violence, and it might not be physical. So letting your child know very early on what the difference is between a healthy relationship and an unhealthy relationship can really help them to not be pressured by peers and to not end up in a bad relationship. One of the last things we really want parents to talk about, and we know that it's one of the most uncomfortable things that parents feel talking to their children about, is sex. And we really, really, really want them to delay that first time of having sex and to be protected when they do engage in sexual intercourse. And we also want to make sure that any sexual interactions that they're having are consensual.
And actually, if you start early, you set the stage for better communication with your child about this. They know where you stand and how accessible you are for information. This is lifelong information, and it's information that you may repeat over and over again, adding to as years go by. Also, kids are talking about this, and I think all children have the right to have this information if they hear their peers talking about it. Peers sometimes provide misinformation, so it's up to you to provide not just accurate information, but also your feelings about this, about your values about sexuality.